Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black here with the Strat Time Report, and a little bit different than Rock'em Sock'em Robots yesterday. So let's take a look here. If we go to the SPY, so yesterday, you remember when I came on, if we go to the 60s here, when I came on, we were still plunging with full time frame continuity and almost everything was triggering to the downside. And then at the end of the day is when you finally got that reversal. And so when I talk about simultaneous break, at this point when we were coming down, almost everything was a 2 down, day, week, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what I showed you on the scans. But then here, there's a simultaneous break here on the 60 in the last half an hour, 2-2 to the upside. And so remember those scans I showed you? If you did a scan of how many 2-2 reversals on the 60s were happening and 30s, it was almost everything to the upside. So that told us we were going to close pretty much near the high. So if you held off until that yesterday, you did great. So then we come in today and gap up a little bit and then poke out of this thing here. And so what that's giving us is new price discovery. And so what that does here now gives us our new broadening formation for the week. Here's your price discovery broadening formation. We need to get out of here, right? Because you can see now on a Tuesday, doji. So doing nothing. So we try to go 2-2 reversal on the day, but red back on the day as far as right now. So a little bit of conflict in here, but this is what we're going to keep an eye on right here. This broadening formation. How are you going to get out of here? So you did have your 2 down, 2 up reversal. Not strong enough to get out. Now you got a new 60, right? So we want to be really aware of that because we still are red on the day, right? But doing nothing on the week. And if you go to QQQ, inside day for Qs. Right, so the Qs were not strong enough to take out the highs so far. Doji on the day doing nothing, doji on the week. Right, so we could use a little shake 'em up out of there too. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and much like the SPY, slight poke up and then comes back in, like so. There's your price discovery broadening formation you got to get out of. If you go to small cappers, here, slight higher high, then back to doji week. That's going to give you this. Like so. So we can expect it to be a little chop shop in here until we can get out of there, back and forth, always minding those new 60s and the gappers. So there's a couple things when you have an environment like this. We want to be trading things that are either 2-2 reversals on a Tuesday, 2 down, 2 uppers, right? Or anybody taking out yesterday's lows. Why? Because anybody that stayed long something, they got what they wanted. The market rallied back, right? If you go to the SPY, market rallied back, right? And then took out yesterday's highs, although it failed and came back in. But if you're long something that's taking out yesterday's lows, you're bumming. You're going to get stopped out, and we're going to go after you. Also, the gapper lifts, Cracker Barrel. And Cracker Barrel on the 30 does this. Here, gap down, inside, inside, right up, right here, right above 133.81, a nice spike all the way up to over 136. So that's not too bad. If we go to UPST, you can see that was a slight 2 down yesterday by taking out the lows, and then boom, 2-2 reversal into new highs, ripping. All right, so it's coming out a little fast. And you did have your 15er here, and then the 132. So a little challenging on that, but still going towards the highs. You can keep an eye on that. There was your 2 down, now coming back up off the 15er, so still going pretty fast. Another thing you want to look for is anything that was a 2 up yesterday because the market was down heavily, and then they come back and buy it again. Right? Here's AUPH. And we've been watching this one for a while since this inside week took up, still going, now hits magnitude by going to new highs, and you see that stalling out on the new 15er. So we'll see. We go to exhaustion risk by going into the highs. Nice inside 30 right here to get a hold of that. If you go to SGen, and SGen now backing off a little bit, had a good full head of steam though, but you remember yesterday we're looking at this because it was a 2 up with the market down heavily. And so what we want to look through is for follow through, and I'll be talking about this at the Strat Attack show tonight, because if they came in on a Monday and bought, and then they come back on Tuesday, that's good to know. That means you got real buyers in there. Now it's had a nice move, pulling back. We'll see if that sets up again for us. If we go to lift, lift. 2 down, 2 up on a Tuesday. That reverses the week, and it already had continuity because your opening yesterday, it was above that. So you already had continuity to the upside, right? So when it starts rallying, you already have the weekly, monthly, and then you just get that 60 and daily, right? And here's your inside 30 to get in, and that tells us to look at Uber. And Uber, here's inside 30 here. Yep, inside on the 30 and up. Once again, this was a 2 down. It might have been a 3. Nope, 2 down, but green. So when you come in, that week is already green. You can see this pivot machine gun here on the week. Stop them out, stop them out, stop them out, stop them out. Boom. And if that works, you're going to get yourself an outside monther here. Still good, Uber, lift. If we go to AMD, UPST going to the highs right now. And you can see AMD slightly 2 to the upside, not really rocking, but you can see here we would prefer this to go down because of the month. But on a weekly basis, we know that we've been watching this broadening formation here. Back and forth we go. And so you got that stop them out, then 2-2 reversal. Not totally gunning, but something to keep an eye on. And if it starts to fail tomorrow and goes 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, and then 2 down again, you can take it on the short side because you still have that monthly coming down. If we go to W-Day. And there you go. 2 down, 2 up on a Tuesday, and still inside week, but getting closer to going 2-2 weaker. We'll see what comes of that. You can always watch service now with that. How's that doing? There you go. 2-2, not really gunning, but you can keep an eye on this, the Rev Strat weaker. If you can take that out over 657.48. If we go to American Express. And American Express, 2 down, but was green, which means you're already green on the week. Boom, your 2-2 reversal on a Tuesday. Triangle day out by coming in, inside 30. Boom, off to the races. That's exactly what you want. Corrective activity, inside 30, 2-1-2 reversal back up. And if that works, potentially you got your outside weaker for you. If you go to CRVS, and CRVS just gunning 3-2 on the weaker, right? It's positive yesterday, right? Which means you got that continuity going for you. Nice 2-2 month you got going there, ripping here. So we'll see if that sets up again a little quick. So maybe you get yourself an inside 30. We'll see. If you go to Twitter, and Twitter, what's that? That's a 2-2 on a Tuesday, and if that works, potentially the 2-2 weaker here. If you can take out 62.98. Inside on the 30 right here. There's your in. If you go to Fiverr, FVRR, 2 down yesterday, but green. Boom. These two become an outside bar of that in the 2-2 reversal. Still an inside month, but full time frame continuity to the upside. Here's that corrective activity to get you in. 2 up by taking out the high. 2 down. Boom. Right here. So these guys become an outside bar of that, and you got full time frame continuity. Good things tend to happen when you have that. Fiverr keeps going. If you go to SPIR, inside day to the upside, 3-1-2 Chicago up into the highs. All right, so that's a nice move here, a 3-2 monther. Now just kind of getting jammed up in here, and we'll see. You got your inside 60, tried to take it, but now you're stuck in this mother bar. All 3 hours are stuck in here, so I might want to be a little careful on that and let her start going before you get in on that. RBOT. Get boy, and RBOT, and you can see this bright green month, big week, long day. So we'll see if there's any ways we can get in on this. How's that 30 looking? There was your inside 30 right there. That's what you're looking for. Boom, off she goes. Could use a little corrective activity, but strong it is. If we go to LCID, and LCID was an outside day to the upside yesterday, all right? Taking the week, outside month, all right? Now, let's see if it sets up again for us. Tries to poke him, see if we can get an inside 60, just kind of stalling out just to hear a little bit. Market's stalling out here as well. It should. A little indecision, so that's why I can pull back on those broader averages a bit. Snappy. 2-2 on a Tuesday reversal. Back up, and if that works, you might be able to take out that week. We'll see. How's that 30 looking? A little tricky. Outside 30, inside 30 to the upside right now over 74.94. If we go to Moderna, still an inside day, I believe, at this point, but getting closer, and we know we can keep an eye on this to see if we can get that break here over 435.44. So it's almost there, and we know that can heat up. If we go to Nnvc, and Nnvc's just been gone in here on the gapper list. We'll see if that sets up. It's been a little quick, as you can see, even on the 15er, just straight up. So might let that thing cool off a little bit and see if it sets up. Momo Hammer 5-minute if you're really aggressive here, right? And so when this opens and comes back, this was the opening price. So when it kicked above that here, that's at Momo Hammer, which kicks in full time frame continuity to the upside. You can even buy it as soon as it goes green here, continuity entry, like so. Goes up, comes down, and then boom, as soon as it goes green again, it's green on all time frames. You can buy it right there. If we go to OSUR, OSUR inside day to the upside. Not too many doing that. And you got their full time frame continuity, and you got weekly going 3-2 to the upside. Here was your inside 60 to get you in on that to start the day. On the downside, you got EA still coming down. Still having all sorts of trouble here as EA, and we've been knowing about this for a while since it held its gap lower. No higher highs. We'll see if that sets up again for us too. If you ATVI with that, also having some issues coming down inside week to the downside. Oh, not quite inside week, but full time frame continuity to the downside. How's TTWO doing? TTWO also having some issues, but here you get that sheer 60 even tick. So that's inside on the 60. So below this would cause some problems. 146.62. If we go to VFC Corp, VFC Corp inside on the 60 tries to recover, but would be RevStrat if this closes out below here, 66.94. So it's not totally getting killed, but it is monthing down, so that has my attention. If we go to Roll inside month to the downside. Now RevStrat on the 60 trying to recover. Inside, then down into exhaustion risk, and then pulling up. So we'll see if that sets up again for the downside as well. Alcoa. And Alcoa, potential outside day, right? Not doing much on the week, but still coming in, had a rough opening here, and so we'll see if that gives us a nice inside 60 there. If we go to Ollie, and Ollie drifting lower, just anything taking out yesterday's lows, we know people are going to be in trouble. We'll see if that sets up down here. If we go to SWK, and SWK trying to recover off that 60, we'll see. It already did its outside day here, but anytime that 60 goes back red, you got full time frame continuity to the downside. That tells us to look at Snap-on, which has also just recovered a bit, but we'll see if those two set up again. Market drying up here a bit as well. It should. OSK. And OSK having some issues here, also recovering a little bit, but now trying to go back into full time frame continuity to the downside. We had DraftKings right out the chute was good, but also trying to recover with a few things, but right out the chute just took out yesterday's lows, and that's where we know they're in trouble, right? They've got the market to rally back, their stock is going down. And last but not least, a little AMC for the apes, and now just consolidating sideways. We'll see if that keeps going. So be aware that things are drying up here in the broader averages, right? So we need to break all those levels of those broadening formations, or gets out not being inside day and Qs to get any futures help. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm up to this, Mr. Black with Strat Time Report.